My name is Julie. I'm a tiny home dweller. I converted this beautiful school bus in 2016, and I've been living on it pretty much ever since.
This video is sponsored by Bioptimizers. Go to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/FLORB to get a 10% discount using code FLORB10 at checkout. And remember to subscribe.
When I was 10 years old, my mom and stepfather bought a Volkswagen bus, and they took us out of school and we traveled to Mexico in the bus. And it was tiny, very cramped, but I loved it. My son and I decided we were gonna get a bigger vehicle. It's like, all right, here's my tax return, $3,000. Got behind the wheel, and I thought, it's just a big van. It's just a big van. White knuckled it all the way back to New York City. Got to the Bronx, and I was like, okay. I had to have it built before September. It was when my move out date for my apartment was, and it wasn't ready. There was nowhere to sleep. We eventually got a bed made. We did pretty much the whole thing, but it wasn't exactly the way I wanted it. The original build was about accommodating my family, but they're really not interested in that, so it's just me and my son. Last spring, when COVID hit, I gutted it. I know what works and I know what doesn't work, and I know what I want and what I don't have, so I'm just gonna make it happen. So now it's prettier, it's more functional. I'm happier in it because I built it myself, and it's more me. It's just me. This is a Freightliner FS65 2002. My checklist was Cummins engine. It had to be under 28,000 pounds and a length limit of 35 feet so that I was able to drive it legally without having to get a special license like a CDL. Met all that criteria, and then it also had tinted windows and undercarriage storage, which is like a bonus. When I did my redo last year, I hand painted the outside, and I put this sticker on to commemorate my little cat who passed away last year. She used to ride on my shoulder. Her name was Dora, and we had her since she was 4 days old. She was a good girl. And Braganza is the name of the bus. It means lofty one. My propane is in here. Got propane. It lasts me a long time. You know, if I'm cooking every day, I think one of those tanks will last me about a month and a half, maybe. And, you know, fluids for the bus if I need it. I also have like lawn chairs and extra water, jumper cables. In the city, I'd have these completely filled with firewood because that was my source of heat. I had a little wood burning stove in there. We're supposed to take the signs off or paint over them. They're rusty, they don't really work. I do want to take them off eventually, that's a project. This bus has a side door. I put this vent in, and there's a propane heater just hung on the wall there. So that's an option for heat. Right now I'm hooked up to electric, so I'm saving my solar, and then the heater that I have on in there is running off electric. My brother has a solar company, so he and his crew put these 4 100-watt solar panels up in like one afternoon. It was amazing to watch them. Before I got my own battery bank, he put them on the batteries to the bus, so if I was low on battery, I'd just have to park in the sun and I'd be able to start my bus. So that was kind of brilliant. It's automatic, so that was an easy thing. I know how to drive a standard, but you know, having an automatic is less things to think about. A little fancy cedar tabletop thing, and I made a little hinged area for my stuff. My cat used to sit here. This was her spot. This is a little cedar thing that I put on the top of this part of the bench. And in here's my inverter. It's off right now because I'm trying to like let the batteries build up. But when we're on the bus, we charge things with it. We can run the light off of it. And then I have 4 VMAX solar dry cell batteries, and they power all the appliances and little things that we have on the bus. This table drops down and someone can actually sleep on this area. I'm gonna make 2 more cushions that go on the backs here, and then when this is down, they'll fold down onto here, so it's like completely soft. I changed the standard issue hatch by building a frame and hinging it, and then putting a plexiglass over it so I can have light in here, natural light. So this opens, and I just prop it up with a stick, and it vents, and I can climb out there and maintain the solar panels. And this is an old IKEA dresser that we cut the legs off, screwed some plywood on the floor, and then secured it to the floor so it doesn't move. This was a coffee table that I found in the street. I don't know what kind of wood it is, but I cut it down so that it would fit here, and I chopped little bits off, and this was the lower part of the coffee table, this was the upper part. This shelf I built, my friend Hoppy made these 2 cedar supports because the shelf was starting to sink down a little bit. I'm making some reishi tincture. It's good for your immune system. This sink informed the shape of this whole space. I wanted this sink in here somehow. I did the tiling, and my friend or my ex-boyfriend built the base. This is my water system, which is a hand pump. I can either drink it, I can make tea with it, I can cook with it. What I used to do when I was in New York City was bring it into the gym, take my shower, fill it up with hot water, bring it back, do my dishes, wash up, and then the water would cool down and I could, you know, do whatever with it, make tea. But that was one of my routines. This is my wood stove. It's a cubic mini grizzly stove. And I haven't lit it so far this year, but right now I have this, it's an electric heater. And then behind this is my third option, the Olympian Wave catalytic safety heater. So I mounted it on the door, and I have a vent underneath that will like suck air in, and instead of like burning up the air in the bus. This is the bath area. This is all new. This is something I built when I gutted it. This is the pump. So this goes in the water. Then this hooks onto the box. The box is run off of propane. It heats and pumps the water. And then this comes out of the box, and you have a shower. And these little hooks are for my shower curtain. This is a old oak liquor cabinet that used to belong to my dad and my mom, and they gave it to me for the bus. So this was the top and this was the bottom, but I turned it upside down so I could use this as a shelf. I have a cooler here that I put ice in the summer. In the winter I don't need to. I don't use it all the time, but when we're hooked up to like the main power, we can use the microwave and the toaster and the blender and all that stuff that drains your batteries. There was a bunk bed for my other 2 children, which I've taken out since then. They were actually a little farther that way. Took them out. The power strips in here for my son's stuff and for other stuff that we need to use, and it was supposed to be for like clothes and stuff, but can use it for whatever you want. Bookshelves, I put this like metal thing on to keep the books from falling out. Under here is more storage, clothing storage. This is a bathroom, completely new. There's a diverter in here so that solids go in the back and liquids go in the front. Decorative stuff. This is my bedroom. This used to be a lot bigger, actually went another 2 feet that way. And then there was a queen size bed that just took up the whole space, and then a dresser, and this is the closet. This is one of the features I really like, a mirror that pulls out, like full length mirror. Just more decorative stuff. If I have to go somewhere, all this stuff has to come down and go somewhere safe so it doesn't break. So I have to take a lot of this stuff down. But when I'm parked, I can just have it the way I want it. So this is my art studio right here. This is an old theater chair that Hoppy gave me. It came out of the Ellenville Theater, I believe. It's an antique. And this comes down as an easel. And there's storage for art supplies here. So when this is up, it's like a door that keeps everything from falling out. It's not always romantic, it's not always fun. There's times when you have people disrespecting your vehicle because they think you're a bum, they think you're a vagrant or whatever, miscreant. They have all sorts of ideas about people who live on buses or any other vehicle. I think I deal with people a little bit better even though I don't deal with them all the time. Like, I'm in where I'm supposed to be. I'm not like struggling, I'm not seeking. When you're on the right path, you know you are, and it's like, oh, there you are. That little girl making forts under the trees and running away from home because she wanted to explore, you know. You're gonna be spending money ongoing. That's what all I can tell you is like everything that you get, if you get it for free, then great. If you can't get what you need, you have to buy it. And these projects go on and on and on. Because like when you're living in them, you realize, okay, this isn't exactly the way I want it, so I'm gonna change it. Now I'm writing a book because I think there's a lot of people out there who would like to do it, and instead of making all the mistakes I did, I'm just gonna write down everything that I did right, and then people can figure it out. I'm sure that things have changed since then, but you know, do your research.
What is the #1 mineral that beats stress, fatigue, and helps you get better sleep? It's magnesium, but not just any magnesium. This is Magnesium Breakthrough from Bioptimizers, and it combines the 7 essential forms of magnesium to help you sleep better, stress less, and just generally experience more peace throughout your day. Now, most magnesium supplements fail because they use synthetics or preservatives, but when you get all 7 critical forms of magnesium, you get a serious upgrade. From your brain to your body, your sleep gets better, muscle tension goes down, and so does pain and inflammation. With this one simple action, you can reverse magnesium deficiency in all of its forms and start feeling the benefits quickly. So click the link in the description below and go to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/FLORB to get a 10% discount using code FLORB10 at checkout on Magnesium Breakthrough. I recommend you check it out. When I take it, I notice a difference in my sleep. I'm almost done with this bottle here. So click the link in the description or the pinned comment and go to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/FLORB and use code FLORB10 for a 10% discount. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.